Yeah, great gun overall, but it's not going on the list because I don't think it's the best one in the game. But holy, you can run it at range like that. That's funny. Like, look at this recoil normally. Just gotta pull down to it. So hello gamers and welcome back to another Fan of Forces video. Now machine pistols are a very important category in this game because they are probably most people's go-to secondaries. But which machine pistols are good? Today I'll show off the top 5 best machine pistols in Phantom Forces. Make sure to subscribe if you're new and let's go for 1,000 likes on this video. And yeah, please subscribe, it really helps me out quite a bit. But let's get into it with the number 5 spot. Now, this gun is really good and could be number 1, but I'm gonna have to give it 2 better overall guns. And this one is the MP1911. Now by default, this does do a ton of damage. 36 down to 22. Not great ranges, but most machine pistols have bad ranges anyway. So basically, it can 3-shot body and 2-shot kill to the head, down to a 5-shot kill all ranges, which is really good. But right now, I'm running it with the 9mm conversion, which will lower your damage down to 25 to 19. It's a 4 to a 6-hit kill. However, with this conversion, you get another 4 rounds, so up to 20 rounds instead of 16, and 1300 RPM. The default RPM on this gun is 1000, so you can use default ammo, and actually this has less recoil than the default ammo because the default ammo has a ton of recoil as it is a 45 ACP 1000 RPM machine pistol. It's good, but 9mm is really good because basically it's like the old Tech 9, but a decent bit better than the new Tech 9. I mean, this conversion has been in the game for a while, but they kind of buffed it a while ago with the reload speed, and they nerfed the Tech 9 a lot. The Tech 9 used to be like arguably the best machine pistol in the game. However, the meta for machine pistols has completely changed. So even if you've watched a video about like the best machine pistols before, it's going to be different than it is now. This is definitely going to be the meta for the very fast firing machine pistols. This and the micro Uzi, although this is way more controllable than the micro Uzi is. But now we're on to the number 4 spot, which is actually the arm pistol. Now the arm pistol is really weird because this thing is actually kind of a pocket assault rifle. They've changed it a little bit, but it has really high velocity at 2300, really good ranges, 44 to 77, which is like almost assault rifle ranges, and it has 20 rounds with 80 in reserve, but it can go up to 30 with 60 in reserve, and it does 37 down to 17. So this is going to be a 3-shot body, 2-shot to the head, down to a 6-hit kill over range, and the recoil is weird, but not that bad. But the main thing here is really just that the damage on this gun is interesting, but the fire rate is not that great. But I would say it is a really good machine pistol because it doesn't really play like a traditional machine pistol. However, the RPM is still 800, which is good. That's actually pretty good for a traditional assault rifle. And essentially, it's a pocket assault rifle, and the reload is super weird. Like, the gun just flips the magazine for some reason, which is definitely a bug, but very cool looking. If you're going for like super fast time to kill, this has got you if you can hit the 2 hits. If you can only hit a 3-hit, it's not going to be quite as good, but the overall TTK will beat most assault rifles and some PDWs and things. But the main thing here is that it can have 30 rounds. The damage is really good. The hits to kill are really good. The range is good. The velocity is incredible. It's 2300, which is just ridiculous. Like, that's like 800 more than most machine pistols in this game, which is really freaking good. You're going to be able to hit your shots. Of course, the recoil is kind of weird, but it depends on the sight you're using. You could run an AMT Terminator or a DCL 120. I personally don't. I feel like I can kind of hit my shots with it anyway. Wow. But yeah, this gun is really good, but it does have some serious downsides, meaning that like you're not going to be able to really run it at like weird ranges, and sometimes it's just not gonna hit its shots because it's like really weird recoil. But yeah, overall, honestly, you could put this number 1 as well. The guns in this game are super balanced, but I would definitely give this a number 4 spot because overall, I'm not a huge fan of this one, not gonna lie. Like, when it first came out, I thought I was gonna main it, but then the recoil was terrible, and they have buffed the recoil so much. Like, this gun used to be completely unusable with the recoil, and then they kind of like completely changed how it worked, and now it is just a great gun. It's not necessarily the best primary secondary. There is going to be some other machine pistols that kind of do that role almost better than this can, which is ridiculous because this thing is amazing. But yeah, if you want basically an assault rifle mixed with a PDW in a machine pistol form, this thing is amazing. Let me just F5. You don't even get that kill. But now we're on to the number 3 spot, which is even less like a machine pistol, but this one is kind of better. This is the PP2000. It's a 3- and 2-hit kill head down to a 6-hit kill with only 600 RPM, but as you can see, this thing is super accurate, and that recoil looks crazy until you actually like shoot it at a wall and you realize this gun is super accurate. It just has a little bit of initial kick, and this thing is ridiculous because it's just another primary weapon. And you're going to notice that a lot with the machine pistols is that the best machine pistols aren't really machine pistols. They're kind of more like a primary weapon, which is just kind of funny because they don't necessarily completely fit the mold that a machine pistol should. However, they are still amazing, you know? Like, this gun is still great with the TTK it has. It's about a 0.1 second time to kill, which sounds really good, but versus other ones, MP1911 can be, you know, half of that time. It's not necessarily the best best in the game. However, I'm not gonna lie, you don't really need that all the time. And also this reload is amazing. They actually made the reload so cool last update, or a couple updates ago, whatever. But yeah, as you can see, you can beam people with this gun. It's supposed to be the higher recoil one, and it is the higher recoil of the other machine pistols that they added in the update, where they added a gun that is going to be higher on this list. Let me just tell you, you might know what it is and you might not, and you'll find out soon. But yeah, this gun is just amazing. It's better than the arm pistol. Yes, the arm pistol has kind of better damage overall. It doesn't have as good range or penetration depth, but this thing is just so good, you know? The accuracy is the main thing here. It has 200 less RPM and a little bit less damage, but better range, a little bit less velocity, but you know, overall, you kind of got to give it to this one. But the arm pistol is a great option as well. But now we're on to the second best in the game, which is the Glock 18, which is back to the mold of the traditional machine pistol. In fact, this is the most traditional machine pistol in the entire game. But this thing has basically everything covered when it comes to what you could expect from a machine pistol. It has a 20 round mag, plenty of reserve ammo, but it can have a 33 round mag, which is awesome. The recoil is not as good as some of the others, and I have a basically maximum recoil reduction setup, which makes it pretty accurate. But normally it's not that accurate, but you know, you can run this setup and be very accurate. It can have a massive magazine. The damage isn't great, but the fire rate is 1100, which is really good, of course. Reload speed is pretty decent. Honestly, this is just a great overall machine pistol. It is a 4 hit down to a 6 hit, and it's only got 1100 RPM, which is why the MP1911 could be better, but of course, larger magazine on this one. Just kind of crazy recoil. MP1911 super accurate for what it can do, but it's got like a lot of initial vertical kick. You can probably tell why I'm putting this higher than the PP2000 though, because like it can kind of be used at the ranges where the PP2000 is really, really good, but then it also has that crazy rate of fire, and the PP2000 cannot have a 33 round mag. The biggest thing here is the extended mag on this gun is really unnecessary. You know, like 20 rounds on this gun would be completely usable, completely good, and then they give it a magazine that increases the magazine size by like 60%, which is amazing. I'm not really complaining. I really like this gun. It was like actually my main secondary for quite a bit of time. I have a few hundred kills on it. Biggest thing here is if you don't find a PW or a pistol to actually get more rounds, you're not going to have that much ammo on this gun. But the thing is, it's a machine pistol. You're not really supposed to be using it as your primary weapon, but if you're running a sniper rifle, yeah, you can use this as a primary whenever you really have to, and that makes it a very, very versatile gun. But let's get on to some honorable mentions and why they aren't on the list. The biggest one here being the Micro Uzi, but there is others that I'll talk about in a second. Micro Uzi has 1200 RPM and is a 3-hit kill, not a 2-hit kill head though, but a 3-hit kill to the body down to a 6-hit kill, and yeah, it's got 1200 RPM. The only issue is that this is one of the few machine pistols in the game that has serious recoil. It's a lot of vertical recoil, but it's not just like, oh, you can pull down. Yes, you can pull down in very close range, but this is one of the few actually difficult to control recoil guns in this game. When it comes to very close range, this is great. It has a 25 round magazine, which is great. It has a couple of conversions that aren't so great, but they are kind of cool. There's a shotgun conversion on it, which is honestly terrible, but it's kind of cool. But the main thing here is that, yes, this is a very traditional machine pistol, but it has great damage and has great rate of fire. You could say this is better than the MP1911, but of course the MP1911 is way more accurate, which is why many people, including myself, kind of prefer that gun. Although if you're running this thing in like very point blank range, it's going to be great. But as you can see, recoil not so great on this one. It is really a panic secondary for very close range. Hipfire can be honestly not bad at all. It's kind of like using a shotgun at that point when you're dumping rounds like this. But yeah, great gun overall, but it's not going on the list because I don't think it's the best one in the game. But holy, you can run it at range like that. That's funny. Like, look at this recoil normally. Just gotta pull down to it. Next up, we have the Scorpion. This gun used to be like the best machine pistol in the game, and they nerfed it a few times with the damage and everything. It's not great. It does have a cool rat shot conversion that can 2-hit kill to the body, and it's pretty fun. It's like a little shotgun conversion with terrible range, but in very close range, it can be a 2-hit. The normal ammo is not very powerful and kind of has a little bit of recoil to it. This gun used to be a laser beam and a 3-hit down to a 6-hit, which made it amazing. But now it's going to be a 4 down to a 6 and even a 4 down to a 7, so not great. And it used to have a 50-round drum with the rubber bullet conversion, which was still bad, but they removed that as well, which is sad. The burst delay in the 93R makes it not good. The Tech 9 is just not good at all. The damage is terrible. It's a 5-hit down to a 7-hit, and the TTK is not even good. Like, the MP1911 has better TTK. But the final gun on this list is actually going to the ASMI. The ASMI is a ridiculous gun because it's basically, what if we made a PP2000 that was even more accurate? Now, this gun does not have good ranges. It has a decent min range, but not a great max range, and the damage is pretty low. It's actually a 4 down to a 6-hit kill with only 600 RPM, so the DPS is not going to be very good. However, it has a really good torso multi and headshot multi, meaning that it can be a 3-hit kill to the torso, which makes the TTK not too bad. And also, this gun is perfectly accurate. It is literally perfectly accurate. You can run it with basically anything, muzzle booster, whatever you want. It can even take grips, which is crazy. It is the only secondary in the game that can take grips, and as you can see, it is perfectly accurate. I'm using plus P on it right now too. If you're running a sniper rifle or shotgun or basically anything and you really just want like a long range gun, this has got you covered because it can hit its shots from so far away. And yeah, it's going to be pretty weak if you're not hitting torso shots or headshots, but if you are, and those are not too difficult to hit, it's going to be amazing. And yeah, it's basically just a primary, secondary, massive magazine capacity, the most reserve ammo of basically any machine pistol as well, and it's just so good. It doesn't even have an extended mag. This is just the default magazine capacity of 33, which is so good, you know? But yeah, anyways, gamers, if you guys did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe if you're new. Do you agree with these picks? I think the ASMI might be a little bit controversial because it's not really a machine pistol, but it is in the machine pistol category, and it's really freaking good, you know? So I have to give it the #1 spot because it's basically like using an assault rifle. It's really fun. Also, let me know, are you guys okay with me making videos outside of PF and maybe outside of Roblox? I have a couple of video ideas that I kind of want to do. Let me know the name of any game you want me to play down in the comments. Could be a Roblox game, could be outside of Roblox. I don't care. Roblox games would be preferred, but maybe I'll play some other games as well on this channel. But yeah, see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.